Blessed with nature's bounty, from its rich waters to its highest mountain peaks, XII region continues to search for the best opportunities for a more balanced growth and development, particularly of its 4 provinces and 5 cities. XII's realistic optimism is based on its inherent strengths. It is the top palay producer in Mindanao and contributes 7% of the country's total production. The region is the second largest producer of corn in Mindanao and contributes 16% of the country's total corn production. The region is also a leading producer of high-value crops such as coffee, rubber, oil palm, pineapple, banana, coconut, and livestock. The tuna industry is distinct to Region 12 as 80% of the country's tuna production come from General Santos City. The region is host to one of the world's largest metallic reserve, and along with its non-metallic resources, once tapped, can significantly contribute to the generation of revenues and employment. The region's geothermal plant in Cotabato Province supplements the Mindanao grid and helps thwart the damaging effects of climate change. It is in this context that XII articulated in its updated Regional Development Plan its vision of development, a home of God-centered, empowered, and culturally diverse people. A major provider of world-class high-value crops, fishery, mineral, and tourism products and services. A region propelled by dynamic leaders and an area that is environmentally healthy and safe. The region is upbeat to attain its vision as its economy grew well above its planned targets, sustaining its impressive growth run to 8% over the past 3 years. Given its comparative natural endowments, Region 12 is hopeful that targets can be achieved by harnessing the region's advantages. Consistent with the social contract of His Excellency President Benigno S. Aquino as enunciated in the Philippine Development Plan, the overarching goal of the XII RDP is to rapidly reduce poverty in the rural communities and thereby achieve inclusive growth. Despite its impressive economic growth, the benefits do not immediately trickle down to the poor. The region needs to squarely address the following challenges: low economic productivity, low income, and lack of access to productive and decent employment, inadequate access to quality basic social services, inadequate infrastructure, environmental degradation, need to improve good governance, and vulnerability to security threats. Overcoming these challenges, the region should be able to reduce its poverty incidence by half from 46.8% in the year 2000 to 23.4% in 2015. XII also needs to moderate its population growth to 2.06% by 2016. It shall increase the average income of its people through economic activities that could contribute to job generation in agriculture, fishery and forestry sector, as well as in the industry and services sectors. The region shall continue to enhance processing activities in the industry sector for major export winners such as fishery products, coffee, pineapple, coconut, banana, and rubber through the development of micro, small, and medium enterprises and the adoption of the industry cluster strategy. With all these activities, investments in the industry sector are expected to reach 11.8 billion pesos and exports by $1.3 billion in 2016. With the help of the Halal Laboratory and the presence of products ready for Halal certification, the region can be the source of halal products for the potential multi-million-dollar market in Southeast Asia and the Middle East. Tourist arrivals and tourism investment shall be increased through interventions in value chains. Tourist arrivals is targeted to increase annually by 10% and to reach 1 million by 2016. With these, the region's tourism industry can be opened for more employment and increased income. The region shall vigorously pursue productivity enhancement of the agriculture sector towards the attainment of food security. Basic food crop production will be increased by expanding areas planted to rice and corn. In line with this, the completion of the second phase of the Malitubog-Maridagao or Malmar River Irrigation System and the rehabilitation of other irrigation facilities will be among the region's priorities. Infrastructure facilities such as the General Santos International Airport, particularly its terminal and navigational facilities, has to be upgraded to be at par with world standards so that it would be able to draw in more tourists. The development of the XII Airport into an aerotropolis is in the planning boards. Although this may not be fully realized by 2016, this project, once completed, will make the region more competitive as the Philippine economy will be integrated into the ASEAN starting 2015. The region shall continue to improve access to production areas and markets with the completion of critical road networks and support the thrust of the national government to concrete all national roads by the end of 2016. Infrastructure development will also include the improvement of communication facilities, promotion and fast-track development of new hydro and solar power generation plants to meet the increasing demand for energy in Mindanao. Strengthening of fiscal and financial systems is expected to result in more funds for government and investments and consequently improve public services and increase the number of bank loan portfolios, trading, tourism, and ICT activities, and ultimately growth of output and productive employment. The improving peace and order situation is expected to boost investor confidence and bring in more capital. Pamana, or payapa at masaganang pamayanan, shall continue to anchor the government's peace program. The region shall consistently work towards inclusive growth by intensifying its advocacies to improve people's access to basic social services. This include, among others, the following: universal access to quality health care, nutrition and sanitation, improved quality of education and training, enhanced social protection and services, and adequate and safe housing. In achieving ecological integrity and maintaining a green and healthy environment, the region shall continue its proactive stance to provide a stable and predictable environment. The region shall continue to enforce environmental rehabilitation, conservation, and protection. The intensive implementation of the National Greening Program or NGP shall be pursued in close coordination with the LGUs, the national government, and the private sector for effective convergence of efforts. All development actors and partners of the region are expected to continue to exercise participation, accountability, transparency, effectiveness and efficiency, equity, and the rule of law in the drive to realize inclusive growth. As the region zealously pursue development interventions to improve the lives of its people, the vision for the region is expected to become a reality. The following projects are expected to become vehicles for the realization of the region's vision. Kilos Abante, Rehiyon 12.